Welcome to Gary's Music Cafe, episode 20. We did it. Here it is, mid-May, and I'm still having trouble deciding what songs to do in each show. There's so much great music out there. I'm sure you all know that already. Anyway, this week's covered songs include Paul Simon's Me and Julio, Down by the Schoolyard, John Mellencamp's Small Town, and an original by me entitled The Years. But first, we know what we have to do. Let's go to the fan mail. Okay. Sam Sunnight from Travelers Point, Wisconsin writes, the show is great, Gary, but can you keep up this breakneck pace till year's end? Well, thank you for the question, Sam, and to be quite honest, it's been a bit grueling here in this pre-summer season where lots of outdoor work and house things to do that I didn't have to do in the winter. So I think for a little while, Sam, I will break it back to 1 to 2 songs per week and make it a little bit more manageable. Even though there's plenty of music to cover 3 songs a week, I'm going to go to 1 to 2 songs a week. Sam, thank you for that question. And now, let's get to the music. Okay, Paul Simon's self-titled album was his first solo album after he broke up with Art Garfunkel. And this album included the song Me and Julio, Down by the Schoolyard, which was released as a single and reached number 22 on the U.S. charts in 1972. And Simon made up this crazy little story that goes along with the song, but he kind of patterned the song after his, childhood neighborhood in Queens, in New York City. He wanted to name the main character Julio because it sounded like the names that he heard when he was, living in that neighborhood. And but what he didn't realize until years later was that there was a certain impact the song had in the Spanish-speaking community. They really relished the idea of a Latin name like Julio being used in a U.S. song title. Later, in 1988, Simon actually made a music video that goes along with the song, and in the video, he's playing basketball with a bunch of school kids in the schoolyard, which is very entertaining. So here is Paul Simon's Me and Julio, Down by the Schoolyard.
With a mama pajama rolled out of bed as she ran to the police station. When the papa found out, he began to shout and he started the investigation. It was against the law. It was against the law. And what the mama saw, it was against the law. Ooh. With a mama looked down and spit on the ground every time my name gets mentioned. Well, Papa said, boy, if I get that boy, I'm gonna stick him in the house of detention. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Been taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rosie, the queen of Corona. You see me and Julio down by the schoolyard. You see me and Julio down by the schoolyard. are gonna take thee away, 'cause the press let the story leak. But when the radical priests come to get me released, we's all on the cover of Newsweek. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Just taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rose, say the Queen of Corona. You see me and Julio down by the schoolyard. You see me and Julio down by the schoolyard. You see me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
All right, welcome back. John Mellencamp wrote the song Small Town about his experiences growing up in the town of Seymour, Indiana. And the media portrayed him kind of as this, champion of small town America when the song was first released. And while he's remained true to his roots, and often he goes back to Seymour to visit, he claims that the song he was just writing about his life and wasn't trying to make some kind of a statement in that way. So Mellencamp has said, I wanted to write a song that said, you don't have to live in New York or Los Angeles to live a full life. I was never one of those guys that grew up and thought, I need to get out of here. It never dawned on me. I just valued having a family and staying close to friends. And John believes the song was a hit because it made people feel good. He thinks that many of his songs do well because they make people confront problems like the plight of the American farmers. Anyway, here is the song Small Town by John Mellencamp.
I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. Probably die in a small town or small communities. All my friends are so small town. My parents live in the same small town. My job is so small town, it provides little opportunity. Hey! Educated in a small town, taught to fear Jesus in a small town. Used to daydream in that small town, yeah, a natural born romantic, that's me. Well, I've seen it all in a small town. Had myself a ball in a small town. Met an LA doll and took her to that small town. Now she's small town, just like me. No, I cannot forget where it is that I come from. I cannot forget the people who love me. And I can be myself in this small town. And people let me be just what I want to be. Nothing against no big town. Still hayseed enough to say, look who's in the big town. My bed is in a small town, yeah, that's good enough for me. Well, I was born in a small town, and I can breathe in a small town. Gonna die in a small town, oh, that's probably where they'll bury me. Hey!
Okay, our last song today was written by me, and it's entitled The Years. And it was kind of a song written to celebrate my life together with Sherry and the fact that when you look back at our married life of, over 40 years, that in total it's been a great life. We've had a really good life together. And the last part of the song just says, we've had a great life together, and I plan on much of the same in the future. Things, I don't expect things to change. It's just how things are, and it's beautiful. So anyway, this is a song called "The Years."
Have been a friend to you, they've been a friend to me, and the happiness we share today I know will always be. When you look at me with such devotion, in your eyes I see the love within your heart, in your soul, the gentleness you show to me, it makes me whole. When you look at me, such conviction, in your eyes I see the love within your heart, the kindness in your soul, the gentleness you show to me, it makes me whole. And as the days turn into weeks, turn into years, and we grow old, I promise I will be the one that you can have and hold. Christopher Robin and I walked along under branches lit up by the moon, posing our questions to Owl and Eeyore as our days disappeared all too soon. But I've wandered much further today than I should, and I can't seem to find my way back through the woods. So help me if you can, I've got to get